It is lovely outside. It's lovely out there. We're supposed to be getting some weather later on this week. This is just the beginning. Yeah, nice little winter wonderland. Be ashamed if I did something stupid like lower the truck.
Mandatory hot boy dubstep intro. Wee whoa 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 whoa. Oh my God, we're panning up. Look at all that shit. Super stock hot boy. Yeah, that's what we got here. All right, so here is the stock components. There's like 22 years worth of shit just built up. There's all that snow in there. All the components, everything's getting changed. We're changing these shocks. You can see we got grease that's just popped out from the upper ball joint. Pick that away, throw it away. Yeah. We got upper ball joints going in. We got lower ball joints going in. We got spindles. We've got stabilizer links. Look at that tie rod. That tie rod boot was all fucked up. I'm putting on new tie rod ends. Let's see here. We got that's the inner side there. There's some shocks that we're gonna be put on. Yeah. All right. So we've taken the brakes, the rotors, and all that shit. Here's our spindle. Cool. We got a little pan action going on. That's looking sweet. Oh my God. Yeah. All right. So that is taken off. Ball joints are out. Those were a bitch. But every ball joint is. All the components are loose with the exception of that top part of the shock there. Here is another shot of all my tools as well as our spindle just chilling there. Still haven't gotten rid of it, by the way. There's a lower ball joint and there's the fucked up boot. Look at my handsome face. Alright, I later realized that these are they're oil shocks and they don't have a rebound, so where I thought this was like some shit that wasn't supposed to happen, I guess it's supposed to, so, but yeah. So, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and not use those anyway. We're gonna use 77 Ford Pinto shocks. Look at those beasts. Had to custom modify the eyelets, use the Sawzall there. Nah, probably not the best choice. Here's the new spindles. Belltech 2-inch lowering spindles. Both the ball joints are in. Stabilizer links are in. Looking dandy. Here's something I wasn't going to do. I was actually going to go ahead and leave the brakes alone, but when I pulled the rotor off, I found that lip. That's on the back side of the rotor. I mean, that shit was worn down. So I'm in there. I'm changing all the components. So we're going to just fuck it. We're going to do all new. So here is new shiny boy. Look at you. Oh yeah. So in case you forgot what that shit looked like a minute ago, here's a recap. Bam. Look how droopy it's hanging. This guy, nice and tight. Everything's all hooked up with the exception of that the top of the shock there because I had to raise the other side too. Alright, so I don't know how well you guys can actually see me, but we are on our way to the store again. During the process of swapping over the Pinto shocks, the Pinto shocks are a lot shorter. I forgot to check bolt size. I actually use a smaller bolt. So I did go get bolts earlier today. Got it in there, everything was fine. Because I was using the nut to pull the bolt through, it ended up stripping the nut. So I was able to use the second one I bought on the first one, and that was fine. Well, I just got done with the second spindle and second whole bullshit, and yeah, same fucking thing. I was pulling the bolt through using the nut, and about like when I was torquing it down, it was getting there, and then that one moment when it lets loose and all of your hopes and dreams go with it. So it's on there. I could leave it, but I don't trust it, just for the fact, I mean, there's plenty of thread and it's fine. We could leave that and it would be fine for a day or so. But it's 7 o'clock right now. Lowe's is open until 8, so I'm gonna go ahead and go down there now
and go pick one up, just so that way I have peace of mind knowing that it is done and I won't have to worry about, I don't know, the bolt trying to wiggle its way out, kind of like that alternator did. So that's about that. Alright. So Lowe's had the bolts. They were actually a little cheaper, I think, than what my standard Ace value, True Value was. But generally I like going to True Value just because they have all of the, like, just bins of nuts and bolts and call it good. It's fairly rare when I have to go get something common like grade 8 7/16 bolts, which, by the way, 7/16 bolts 2.5 inch is what you're going to need if you decide to use 77 Pinto shocks on your hardbody. So just advise that's what you're going to need, and then you're going to need to trim down the eyelet down. I used at first I used the Sawzall because, well, I got one and I really wanted to use it. I use it for everything now, but I ended up using a cutoff wheel, and I was able to get pretty close to where I almost didn't have to bend the tabs out to accept it. So get back to it.
And we're back with voiceovers. While I was in there, I decided to go ahead and change the, well, not change, but fix the oil pressure sensor. It was leaking as I'm pantomiming there. So we cleaned it up, threw some thread tape on it, and cranked her back in. No more leaks, my friends. No more leaks. Holy shit! Yeah, it's low in the front. Here I am dropping my nut. Ugh. And then we get underneath here, see my blocks. Got 3 inches of rock hard block there. Yeah, this is the, once again, all the old stuff before we change it out. Belltech lowering blocks. Old shocks versus new shocks. You can see that I went ahead and got a shorter set. That is the 2000 Nissan Quest shocks that I'm using. You can see here that far more stiffer and shorter, so that'll help with, it helped with a little bit with the travel. So, oh yeah, rise up. Alright, so everything is everything's installed. Great, it's fantastic. I'm super proud, super pumped. Let's get this shindig on the road. Hey, look at there. I'm so happy. Proud papa. I'm like somewhat lowered. Yeah, just jam your fist in there. Oh yeah, how many fingers can you get in? How about in the back? Try it in the back, big boy. Yeah, full 4 fingers. But wait, kids, there's more. There is more. Just stay tuned. But I'm super proud at this point. I'm happy. I haven't found out the bad stuff.
So I got everything installed, and then I was having issues. I don't know, for whatever reason, it felt like something was binding. So I actually swapped the swapped everything back over, or swapped the rear shocks over, thinking that that was it. As it turns out, it's that boy. That's my binding. Everything's a little tight in here with the 14-inch wheels. That's alright, we're gonna upgrade to 15s later. But yeah, everything's a little tight, and where you start smacking that wheel weight. So I'm gonna just go ahead and pry that off right now.
Scoobity bink. Look at that. Little wheel weight. Pink. And we're going to go ahead and take the time to move it all the way around so we can smack it on the other side. This is what I get. 14-inch wheels. Now, mind you, I had to go to work the next day, and this shit was just dragging everywhere, so I had to figure out something. I actually called in the next day. In fact, here we are coming in the next day. Bam! We figured, why not? Let's do some spacers. So this is a 1/4-inch spacer. We're going to give it a go. I don't like spacers, but we'll try it. And at this moment, I figured out spacers are fucking junk. Bam! Not enough threads. It actually pulled the thread right out of my lug nut. So there you go, kids. Not great.
At last we left off, I was putting spacers on because the 14-inch wheels weren't fitting all the lowering components. I kind of stopped recording at that point because I was in a hurry to get everything done because I had to drive to work the next day. So I did go ahead and get my other wheels put on sooner rather than what I wanted, or sooner than I wanted. But I've been driving around for about a week on the new wheels and lower setup. This is how we sit now. Got a little bit of poke. Got plenty of meat. These are 15 by 8. This is, I think, like 0 offset. We've got plenty of room now. I just don't like how much gap there is. I can torsion the front, and that's fine. But I only put 3-inch lowering blocks in the rear. I've ordered and now received 4-inch lowering blocks, so we're going to go ahead and just add those in today. Oh, and torsion the front. Yeah.
Alright, so before we start lowering again, I need to do some Hardbody JDM shit and put some mirrors on. Bam! There was a guy on Instagram, his name was Ross. He said that it looks like Shrek mirrors. He's right, they do. I'm going to embrace it though. It's like an onion. Oh, look at that pan. Oh, yeah. Let's get to the good shit. There's that block. So we got an extra inch there. It's got a little 1 degree taper on there, so the taper side goes forward of the truck, and we took out the bump stops. So it's good stuff. Look at that double chin. Double chin, double chin, double chin, double chin. Oh shit. What are we doing? Back is done. We got the truck. The truck is up on jacks. What are we doing here? Oh, we're going to use our paint pen. And then we're going to go ahead and point to the torsion links. Yeah, torsion screws. Here it is from the other side because I wasn't smart enough to camera the first one. Now, mind you, I did like 15 turns at first, and that's actually a lot. So do it slowly, kids. Just do it slowly. Oh, shit. Now we got that panning shot again. Oh, yeah, on the vocals. Look at that shit. Looks so good. Looks so good. Pan away. Dramatic shot. Oh, yeah. There we go. Do we have any more of those? Can we get some more of them dramatic hot boy shots? Some B-roll? Ooh, look at that. We're going to scrape the ever-living fuck out of that everywhere we go. And it does. Everywhere I go. It's fantastic. That's okay. Look at all that low. That's what we needed. That's what we strived for, kids, and we achieved it. Panning away from Shrek, I bid you adieu, my friends. Until next time.